So today we are going to start the today question of Leetcode. So today we have given this question. Okay, so let's see and let's study this question. So today question we have given is palindrome partitioning, in which we have to say given a string s and partition s, right? We have given a string s and partition s such that every string of the partition is a palindrome. So we will return all the possible palindrome partitioning of s, right? So this is the statement is saying. Now what we have given, we have given example. So let's suppose we have given example s, and s we have what, we have a and b, correct? So it means if we'll do the partition, right? So first what are the partition can be possible, right? So we can do this partition like this. So we have a, right? And what we have here, a, right? ab, correct? There is ab. So for this a is a palindrome, correct? A can be a palindrome, right? Why a can be palindrome? Because if we create a, right, so a is self a palindrome, correct? Similarly, if we'll check this one, right, we can do the partition of this one, right? But if we'll talk about the whole this one, right, so this is not the palindrome, correct? So what we can do, we can do this palindrome like this also, correct? Like this. So or there can be multiple partition. If we'll talk about this one, so we can do multiple partition like this a, like this b, correct? This can be the partition. So if we'll talk about the possibilities, right, so other possibility can be, if I'll do the partition here, so we can do a b, and we will do partition from here to a along with a, and b will be alone, right? Like that. So if you'll see, there is we are doing partition a, right? Then we are doing what, a alone, right? We have we 2 times a along with we have, right? So in this way we can generate our what this one, right? Our palindrome, possible palindrome, right? So these are possible palindrome, right? So either we can select a, correct, like here from here, and then we will do this one is b, correct? After partitioning we have to return the palindrome, right? All possible palindrome. So this is the palindrome we have, correct? So if we leave this b, right, alone, so this is also palindrome, correct? Single can be a palindrome. So either we'll take a alone, b alone, so a alone and b alone, or either we can take 2a alone and b alone, right? This is the possibility we have. And if we have single element, then we can do what, a of a, right? It means there is a palindrome, right? So how we will do that? Okay, so I'll suggest let's go to our code browser, right? So I'm here in the code browser, and we'll do coding. Okay, so let me do a little bigger. I have to zoom, right? So 150, yeah. Now we have did here what we can say, zoom, right? So let's go and we'll do hands-on. Okay, what we should do here, first of all, we should take a list of, right? We are returning list of string, right? Of list, right? So we'll take this list of list because we have to return this one. So this is our output, suppose. And then what we should do, we will make it initialize. We can initialize, right? So first let me do list will take, and then this is done, right? So we have initialized this output. Then what we will do, we can go with you can say dfs we can apply, right? So if I'll take dfs utility method, let me go dfs, and I'll say utility. I'll create one method dfs utility, and right, and one by one we'll go first from the first starting index we'll go to the next index, right? Like that we will do. So first I'll start the starting index 0 from where I'll start, right? Then what we will do, we'll pass this output to store our result in the dfs, right? And then what we should do, we'll take a you can say temp array, right? So temp array can be what, new. I'll say this is our array list, right? So because we are passing what, the set of string we are passing, we are storing there, right? So I'll consider this is nothing but a array list, right? This is a array list we have, correct? And one more thing, what we should do, we should take a variable, right? That variable, that the string we have given it, a string s, and then what we should do, we should return our output, correct? So this part is done. Okay, now we have to create this DFS. So how we'll create this DFS? We have to write this DFS, and we have to define its body, correct? So first of all, from where we will start the index, right? So I'll say int start index, from where we will start. Okay, I have started from 0, right? Then our output is what? This is our output. So I'll take and paste here the output. Next, what we have array list, right? So that array list is what? A type of, let's see, we can say this is our list, right? So this list is nothing but what? Our we can say current list. It's nothing but our current list, right? Now I will pass this string, right? So this string is s. Now this method is nothing doing, only updating the output. So I'll say void, it is nothing returns, right? This part is done. Now what we should do, I will start from we will check, we will make a base condition, and we'll say if the index, start index, right? We have start index, if a start index, sorry, if start index equal to what, right? S dot length, correct? If we are at the last index, right? Or greater than, you can say, if a start length is greater than equal to what? The length of character, right? String we have given, right? If we are the last character, you can say, right? Then what we should do here, actually this is string, so we have to take like this and say what we will do, we will add that on output. We'll do add, we have our output dot, we will say add on the list, we will add our what? Our current list, right? We can add, so that we have to initialize, right? So now we have to say our array list of string, right? That is what? Our current list, correct? Like this, I think we will do, correct? Current list. So this will have been done, right? Now what we should do, if we are at the last character, that we have added our array list, right? We have updated our current list that we have, right? But if we are at start index until the last index, then what we should do, we'll take and we'll start end, right? And we'll update our value, right? So we are at end index, right? And end index is what? From start. Both I will start from start index, or end index will start, right? Okay, so this start index will remain at the same position, but we will update our end position, right? So one by one character we are taking, right? First what we have here, let's suppose I'm talking about, we have a string, have what? A B. Okay, so we will take first this one, A. Start or end, both at the first place, right? Then I will move to here, right? So our end will be now this one, so we will take these two. Start will remain same, right? But we will go to here, right? For the first time, when our start is 0, right? That we are talking about, right? If I'll explain here, let me go here. So if we have what? A we have, and B we have, right? Here three things we have, right? A B we have. So for the first time, a string, right? So I'll start with first what? Here start index is this one, and end is also here at here. Okay, this is start, this is our string we have, right? So we are starting from here, and this is starting is end is here. So first of all, our current list will contain what? A, correct? will have current A. Next time when start will have what, next position, right? Now A, B we have. So now start is at what, sorry, start is at here, S is here, but end is now what, next position, it will increment, right? So now the current will have what, current will have double quote A will take 2 time, right? And previously the previous value, and second time it will when it move, it will also add here, right? B. Similarly it will go to A, it currently is contain like this, B, correct? And that's why 2 time it will move, right? If we will reach here, correct, at the last position, whatever the current we have, that will, that's why we are getting the first list in the output, this one, and the second list we are getting the output, this one, correct? Now coming to here, the position, right? What we should do here, first we have started from the start index, right? First we have started from the start index, right? Now what we should do, now we will go to last length, till the last length, right? So our end index will be less than what, our length, right? End. So that is our, you can say, string we have, and that length function will call, and till that we will go, and then we will update our index with what, and index, that from where we are starting, and index will do plus plus, right? That we have done. Now it will start iterating, correct? It will start iterating. Okay, now what we should do, we'll check the palindrome. If this is palindrome, so we'll take a function and we'll say check palindrome. Okay, so check palindrome. If this will return true, right? Check palindrome function, then we will pass its value, right? So value should be what, we will start from S, and it will, we have to check its whole character. Let's see, we are coming to first we came first time A, then this is the palindrome. Let's see, but we have two things, right? A and A, 2 times is coming here. Suppose now current what we have, like this, 2 things we have, right? A and A. Then what we have to do, we have to start and we have to end again, right? So we will pass our what, start, and start index will pass, and end index will pass, right? These 2 things we will pass. Now this part is done. I have to take it down. Okay, so what we have this one. Then what we should do, we will create this function later. Okay, this function will create later. Let me go here and right here. Okay, so this function utility we have created, after that we will create here, right? So this will also a void, no, this will return boolean, correct? So we'll take boolean, and then we will pass this function and go. What we have, 2 things, 3 things we have, right? Start, that is a string, we'll say this is our string S. Next what we have, start index we have, or end index we have, right? So if we'll say int, we can say it will represent in the low and high, right? So low index will say low index and high index, right? We can take, so low index and high index, we have taken 2 things. Now what we should do, we will check in the while loop, if our low index are less than high index, right? Or high index is greater than, you can say, low index, both we can say. So what we will do, we will go to the condition, and we'll say if a string contain char at the position what, low, right? And which is not equal to, right? Which is not equal to what, S dot char at which position, high, right? So this should be move, right? So each time what we will do, we will update our low and high. This is our low index, so we'll do minus minus, and this will our high index, right? So we'll do Okay, no, we have to do minus minus this one, and this should be plus plus, correct? Because low should increase but high should decrease, right? Like this we'll take, or either you can take, or next line we will take I plus plus and j minus minus, like that. Means I is our low and high is what? J, right? Like we will do. Then we should return our, if this is not the case, not equal, then we will return false. Otherwise, after coming to else, we will return true, correct? So we have created our palindrome also. Now we are at here, right? I'll do what I'll do. I'll take this one up like this. If you know the string value, don't worry. Now what we should do, we'll check our current substring in the current list, right? And if that is palindrome, then we will do what? We will add onto the, what we can say, current list, right? So we have current list, right? Dot we will do, we'll do add, right? We will add the substring, we will find, do substring, it's not coming, yeah, substring is coming. Two things we have to pass, the starting index or the ending index. So I'll start from the start index until we will move to the end index that we are talking about, right? And that is end index, right? That will go, and we'll say we'll go to the next position like this, right? And this is nothing but what I'm talking about, this one, correct? That we had. Okay, so this part is done. Now what we should do, we have increment the what substring, so we'll call again this one, our dfs utility method we will call again, but our 0 is now what, right? The next index, right? So we'll say next index is what, our start index plus 1 we can say. So I'll take start index and plus say plus 1, we have starting the index, right? That we will take. Okay, so each time, right, if we have to calculate, so this start time we have to update, this will go for the first time, right? But for start time we are going to what, end time is going to here to the length, right? So we should take better than start index, we will say this index, right? So we will take this one, because see, it will go to one index. If we will pass that, then we will get one index at a time, and we'll get one list string. But if we'll pass n plus 1, we'll go to all the characters, right? Output remains same at this position, right? What we are passing, current list, right? That we are talking about, our current list, and then string you have, right? String you have. After this dfs utility, it will backtrack again, doing backtrack, right? Doing backtrack for all character, right? All chars in string, that we have done. Now what we should do, we have to remove the last element as per the backtracking, right? So we'll say current list dot remove, we'll call, and we'll pass our current size, right? Dot size, will say size method is there, right? And minus 1. So we have done this one. So let's run this program. So I'm getting some typo method, line note 26, so we'll go to 26. Oh, true. Okay, good. Let me submit this one. Oh wow, great. So guys, we have completed this one. So better I'll repeat this one, give me 1 minute, I'll summarize this one, you can say. So first we have taken the dfs method, right? And this dfs method will update our output. So this dfs method will take each time a new substring, right? We are taking the substring from here, right? And we are adding on the our current list, right? And for each character it will move, right? The possibility will move, right? Now we are checking the palindrome function here, right? That's all. So please ping me the comment box the time complexity and space complexity for this one. So in the next part of this video, in which we will see the approach dynamic programming, right? And we'll see the memorization, okay? And as well as if you attempt the time complexity, space complexity, that's fine. Please ping me in the comment box, or we'll see that time complexity and space complexity in the next part of the video. We'll start doing that and then we'll continue. Thank you so much, guys.